Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to the podcast where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. But what sets us apart from a lot of these other podcasts is they actually think they know everything. Well, we think we know everything too, but at the same time, we know we don't know shit. Does that make sense? Well, anyway, what we do know is that the Bears have a whole new setup now. We have Ben Johnson. He has an all-star staff. So we are going to talk about that. And we have a great guest today. We're going to talk about his experience in Chicago with the Bears. And also, what's his take on this new coaching staff that we have? A lot of people are excited. Some people are not. I'm excited because I'm a Bears fan. However, personally, I think they missed the mark. Ben Johnson, I don't think he's the dude just because he was a really good coordinator. He had a sharp mind. He has a sharp mind, sharp football IQ. However, no experience. He's not a proven leader of men. And he sat up in the booth during the games. So I like I said, I don't know shit, but I just don't think he was the dude. I think Mike McCarthy was the guy because he worked with two great quarterbacks. He had the experience. I think he would garner more respect than Ben Johnson. Although Ben Johnson, they're probably going to give him a lot of respect out of the gate because he was with a winning team. But as time goes by, they might lose respect. But I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we're going to talk about that with the guys, and we're going to talk about that with our guests. And let's go ahead and get this thing started, man.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up and coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
So we are going to get this thing started. The guest is Casey Urlacher, the mayor. You know, he is the mayor of a city, a small suburb of Chicago. I think it has like 10 people. I think it might have like 10 people in it. It might have 15 because that was an old census. So it might have 15 people in it now. But we'll ask him when we talk to him. But let me get the all-star team in here. First up, my man, the stat man, knows every single stat from every single team. 80s and 90s basketball and football. My man, JB.
What up,
JB. I can't call it, man. You got the best hand. Moore's raising the standards. Moore's in the house.
Baby, raising.
Wait, so you got the blue one
blue
and the
one.
green one right there?
No, this is just the blue one. But I've had all the flavors. Hey, Bullets, what's happening, my brother? Just like to mix it up every once in a while.
Speaking of Moore's, man, they have a big opening event tomorrow.
Really?
They merged with another local brewery.
Okay.
And their beer is served. Only their beer and the other brewery. Their beer is exclusive at this place called Diversity House. So it's on Diversity and like right east of California.
Okay.
And they have a big opening tomorrow from 11 until 11.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. They're going to be kicking it all day.
That sounds like the kind of party I might want to stop by.
Kind of party, huh?
I like this type of party.
Right. That's that Mike Singletary. All right. Let's get our next all-star in here, who just might have the foulest mouth in the city. But he's the new dad, so he might have scaled back a little bit. I don't know. My man, Foul Mouth C.
What up, fellas?
Foul Mouth. What's up, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Hanging in there. How you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good, man. How's Ricky?
Just got through taking a dump.
Oh, that baby shit is no joke.
Yeah, and he got it in his little rocker, man. So I got to clean that out.
I know you look forward to that, huh?
Oh yeah, fun times, man. And nothing better than cleaning up some shit.
Man, I'm so glad those days are over for me, man.
Yeah, God bless you.
Yeah, mine is 24 now, so I don't have that problem.
All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good evening. Thank you for rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it. Definitely. Yeah. Let's bring in the next all-star. My man who has that Hawk talk. We might have some Hawk talk tonight. I don't know. But let's bring him in. My man Frank the Tank.
What up, guys? How we doing?
What up with you, man?
Battling the finishing touches of this flu. So I still ain't missing fucking Tuesdays.
That's never fun.
Unless I'm yakking in the toilet, I ain't missing Tuesdays.
Oh, come on, man.
So I'm good.
Did you have to paint that picture for us?
I mean, I could paint it, but I won't be able to paint it.
No, you already did. Come on, man. What's up, though, Frank? How you doing aside from the flu? You okay?
Yeah, doing good. I mean, I'm reading the comments, watching this Bulls game. Yeah, they don't look that good, but, Buzelis rocking out 7 for 7 shooting, 15 points at half. So guess what? I want them to lose, and I want these young kids to look good. That's what I give a shit about right now, man.
How's the little ninja?
Little ninjas, I mean, he hasn't really caught the flu.
I couldn't help it.
I know, me either. It was funny when he said it.
Yeah,
come on. I know what y'all are on.
I know what y'all
are on.
I know what you meant. We don't gotta go there. I know we usually never keep this kid friendly, but we don't have to go there. But no, he's doing good. He's already signed up for his next tournament in March. So
okay. All right. Well, man, so we got a great guest coming on tonight. We're gonna talk to him a little bit about his experience with the Chicago Bears. Then we're gonna get his take on the new coaching staff that we got. Did they get it right this time? You already heard my opinion.
You never know until it actually is right.
That's true. You never really know.
Yeah.
But what is the motto of this podcast?
I mean, we know we didn't want McCarthy. That's for sure.
I think we know, but we really don't know shit. But yeah, I thought Mike McCarthy was the guy. I did not think it was Ben Johnson.
Because you need to get your head checked, T.
He's a little wet behind the ears still, man. I mean, he has no experience.
And I understand. Yeah,
enough of my
we'll break
opinion.
this down. We'll break this down.
Okay, enough of my opinion. Let's get our guest in here. The mayor. Put some respect on his name.
The
mayor.
case.
And I told you, they have a whole 15 people in that town.
Man, they're multiplying.
It was 10 people the last time.
They're adding. They're not multiplying yet. They're additioning.
They have 15. Let's get them in here. Casey Urlacher.
Don't be listening to them, Case. Don't be. Oh,
we having some technical difficulties. What's going on?
There he is.
There he is.
What's up, fellas?
Don't listen to T-Nick, him giving you crap about being 15 people.
No, it's fine. I can take it. You guys hear me all right?
Doing good. How about you, man?
How you doing, brother?
What's up, Foul Mouth? What's up, JB? What's up?
What up? How you been?
I'm good, man. Raising 2 kids, and everything's good, man. I got no complaints.
Awesome, man.
I was just watching St. John. My boy coach is at St. John. They just beat Marquette, so I'm happy.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Marquette's not a team to mess around with. Nice.
Yeah, they lost 2 in a row, though. Marquette did.
Oh, they dropping. They're dropping.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was at Madison Square Garden. I was out there Saturday when St. John beat Providence, so it was a good game, man.
Okay.
How you guys doing? Everything good with the families, everybody?
Yeah, family.
Yeah, I'm just cleaning up shit. That's all.
Yeah, he's got the newbie family.
So how you doing, man?
Terrence, I'm good, brother. I'm staying busy, raising my kids, following a little bit of Bears stuff. I know we're gonna dive into that later, but everything's been good, man. I got no complaints. I'm just chilling. I got better Wi-Fi now, so you guys will be happy. I bought another house.
I remember that.
You had that Aldi Wi-Fi last time.
I think you actually started the Aldi talk. I believe the Aldi talk started with you, Casey, and that became a trend on this show now.
Oh man. Hey, at least I was known for something then, right? Nah, everything's good, man. I can't complain. I'm blessed. I went to national championship. My nephew plays for Notre Dame, so he's a freshman.
We saw that, yeah.
And Brian and I went down there for the national championship, so that was cool. Even though they lost, still a full experience for my nephew. So it was really cool, man.
And this early with a new coach and everything like that to get that far, sky's the limit for the Irish right now, I feel like.
Yeah, Marcus is a good dude. I think he's a great recruiter. As a young and up-and-coming coach, Marcus is good. I'm glad they signed him to an extension, and he really got good young talent coming in. My nephew was up last weekend or 2 weeks ago, and said they're going to be stacked next year too, coming back. So he's excited.
Wow, that's what's up. Yeah.
I was about to ask.
I know Frank's happy about that.
I am very happy about that because a former Notre Dame guy myself, so very happy about that because I played hockey for Notre Dame.
I'm go blue all day, so
that's why me and Phil don't get along sometimes.
We think Kennedy is going to the league.
I don't know what's going on, Terrence. It's too soon. You know that. Everybody says he's going to the league, going to follow his father. I said, man, the kid's young. He's 19 years old or whatever he is right now. I said, he's got a long ways to go. And you know that. You guys know a lot of people in NBA, whatever it is, NFL. I said, that's a different league, man. Those are the best of the best.
True. But if he stays on the path that he's on now, he going. He going in the first round if he keeps staying on the path that he's doing. He looks really damn.
We'll see what happens. Let's just hope he stays healthy and gets on the field a little bit.
That's the big kicker right there is to stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as long as he got you and Brian behind him, man, sky's the limit.
I sent you some stuff, didn't I, Frank?
I did. You did, and I call it out too. Most of it was all actually for my kids' charity type event and everything. But the coolest thing about it, and I'm not even kidding, I had to do it. I bid on one of them and I got it.
Oh, perfect.
I had to bid on it, man, because I love that.
I just send you another one, Frank. Jeez.
Well, it was for a good cause. But that one had the snow in the background and everything, man. That was beautiful.
That was. I think that was the Pittsburgh game when he got run over by the bus, if I remember.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, the bus ran over a lot of people, so I can't blame him.
Yeah, I remember. I was at the game too.
Yes.
What's shaking tonight, man? How's the agenda looking?
Well, shoot, I'm ready to dive right in because
I'm ready to dive in. Usually Terrence kick it off, but he over there being quiet for a change.
I like that shirt, JB. I just noticed it. Jaden Day, I like that, man. I like that rookie. He played tough.
Oh, you like this shirt?
Actually,
He does.
To the no, here to the no.
I think it's a nice shirt myself. Thank you.
It is a nice shirt. Shit. And
I grew up a
speaking of-
Washington Redskins fan, man, so I'm cool. I don't like the name change.
I love the
like
fact that you just said the Redskins without any hesitation. That was.
I still said it when they were in the NFC Championship.
If I'm not mistaken, next year there's a strong possibility that name is going right back to the Redskins because they got.
It's like Sears Tower.
It's never called it.
We're never going to call it.
What is it called now? I don't know.
The Washington Commanders.
No, I was talking about the Sears Tower.
So speaking of Jaden Daniels, do you think that if he came to Chicago instead of Caleb, do you think that he will be where he is now?
You asking me, Terrence?
Yeah.
Well, I think that if he was drafted by Eberflus, that no, he wouldn't have had the year that he had.
Mm-hmm.
But if Ben Johnson was there last year, I think he had a good chance of being what he's doing. As in the NFL, and I think with anything, it's all about timing, and you get the right timing into the right system. Jaden got stuck with the right system. I think it's great. Listen, I think it's going to be good for a long time. But if you drafted him last year, he wouldn't have had that good of a year. You had no O-line. He'd be running, scrambling like Caleb did all year. So, you put Bo Nix in the Denver Broncos. Who thought Bo Nix was going to go in the first round? And the kid has a stellar year. He's with Sean Payton, who does well, throws the ball, and a quarterback's coach. It's kind of the systems.
Yeah, but you gave us Flus.
Yeah, Flus.
And I think the thing that hurt the most was Ben Johnson said he wanted to be here last year too, but they gave Flus one more year, not even a full year.
Ain't Flus they gave us Waldron.
Well, that didn't help either.
Yeah, I'm not subscribe to that. I think Jaden Daniels would have played well. Now, I'm not saying the Bears would have been in the NFC Championship game, but a lot of those times where Caleb was holding the ball, Jaden would have took off, and those could have been first downs, drive extenders, and we probably would have won some of those games we lost.
Yeah, but I'm worried he wouldn't have lasted, though.
Yeah, so to answer your question, I think he ended up in the right spot in Washington, and Cliff's been around a long time in the NFL and college, and he did well,
Yeah.
I never said that they would go to the NFC Championship, so whoever's calling bullshit, fuck you. I never said that.
So do you think Ben Johnson is going to work well with Caleb Williams? That's the big question.
I think that Ben Johnson has been waiting to be a head coach for 3 years, and he got paid a lot of money at $13.5 million. So he got everything that he wanted. He's got a young quarterback. I think he knows what to do. I think Jared Goff is a little bit different when he's a stand in the pocket kind of passer, not much of a scrambler, as we know. So I think Ben, we got to give him a chance, right? The Bears finally spent the money to get a quarterback or to get a coach, right? So hallelujah to that. So I think that's good. I'm glad to see that they spent some money to, do we know if he's the right guy? I don't know. We've always got assistants. We got Nagy, he was assistant. Eberflus was an assistant. Trestman came from Canada. Lovey was an assistant. Lovey made it 9 years though. So you think about all the coaches that they've had the past 20 years. I mean, I've been here 25, and Brian had 2 coaches in Duran and Lovey, and then it went to Trestman. Who was after Trestman?
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah, that was at the end of his career. Was Fox? Yeah.
Yeah, who was a head coach and did some things. I mean, he played in a Super Bowl. So I just feel like Ben Johnson was prime and ready, and I'm glad he passed on the Raiders job.
I think everybody is happy. I think everybody's happy, and it's funny that you said we always talk about this on the show too, and everybody did say yes. We hired another first-time head coach, so you don't know how it's going to work out. But the difference here is they hired the best coaching candidate and spent a lot of money to get him. That's not the Bears' way. They're cheap folks, and they wait until later to get what's left for cheap. Yeah,
so I'm surprised. I mean, they jumped. It'd be interesting to see. I think Kellen Moore is going to get that New Orleans job. Is that the only one left? Is New Orleans?
That's the only one left.
Yep.
I think they're holding out for Kellen Moore from everything that I've read and that I hear from the insiders, I guess, with their insiders, so to speak, is that they're holding out for him to take that job since Mike passed on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the biggest one everybody's surprised about is the Cowboys one. Where'd Schottenheimer come from?
That made no sense.
No.
But see, the Dallas did what we would normally do. Like, wait,
yeah,
what?
I was just gonna say that's a Bears move.
Yeah,
That's a Bears move.
It totally is.
Legacy.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Jones is known for being flamboyant and always making a splash. They're going to have some problems. They got to sign Micah. They got Dak. They just signed CD. They got some problems, man, over there.
That's why a lot of people were saying Bears fans especially is like, let's make a trade for Micah Parsons. I'm like, stop. Stop.
Well, it'd be interesting.
The only one I'm a fan of keeping our draft picks unless you get that one guy. And if I'm sorry, Myles Garrett said he wants out, I'm making that call.
I like Myles. I still think he's in his prime right now. I still think he's in it. The guy's a beast. He's averaged like 14 sacks over 4 years. I think he's great.
Yeah,
this is the thing though. When you're talking about Myles, though, as much as I agree, man, I can't even imagine that defensive lineup right there with Myles and Montez Sweat.
Miles of Sweat.
Are you giving up 3 first rounds and probably at least one very good young prospect for him?
You're not gonna give up 3 first rounds.
That's what I'm saying, and I think that's what everybody expects. And it's just like I'm not giving up Khalil Mack type thing again, man. I mean,
they didn't even give up 3 with Khalil Mack, and he was younger.
Khalil Mack was 26. Yeah, he was in his prime technically. I know Myles hasn't slowed down at all, and he's 30 now. But I mean, still, you're 30.
But here's the thing: when a player like that really, really wants out, sometimes you make them backdoor deals, and next thing you know, he's gone, and you're like, wait, I thought he was supposed to be on the market for 3 firsts and this, and now he's not. We've seen it time and time again. So my thing is, I would at least make the call to see, hey, what do you really want for this guy? Because one thing for sure, 2 things for certain, if you get a guy like that and you got Sweat, and I'll give Dennis Allen his credit for being a slightly more than above average, in my opinion, defensive coordinator. Now you got some things cooking, and you got the free agent, you got the money, so go on and spend the money.
I like Myles. I mean, he's got a lot of years left in him. Even if you got 3 or 4 out of him, you take it, man. Take it.
We did it with Julius Peppers. Remember, Peppers was long in the tooth.
Pep played great for
Carolina. I mean, that was a sign, though, right? We didn't trade for him. We signed him.
No. We signed him, but like I said, you got to kick the tires on a guy like that.
I mean, that's the thing. If Myles Garrett was available to be signed, I'd be going all in 100%. 100%. I'm just saying 3. If you're somehow able to slip a first and a third and maybe a later on third or something, yeah, I'm all for that. Absolutely. But I mean, 3 first rounds though, I'm just not sure. From what I'm hearing, that's the going rate. Nah. And in my opinion, though, and I'm still saying this, as much as Myles Garrett is an absolute wrecker, and I'd still rather have, say, like Trey Smith, if he's available for our future guard from the Chiefs.
Oh well, I mean,
the way we are right now, Trey Smith is my number 1 option.
I mean,
we need at least 1 star offensive lineman.
But the thing is, will he be available?
He's not going to be available.
Will
Kansas City.
Chiefs always figure that shit out, man. I don't understand how they do it, but they always
restructure some contracts, get them back in there with the whole Myles Garrett thing. I'm fine with getting Myles as well. Even if we do get him, we still got enough money to address the line. I know everybody keep talking about all the offensive line. We saying fuck the offensive line. We not saying fuck the offensive line. First of all, we already know the only thing that they're going to probably get in that draft, and that's if one of the tackles that they want is available at number 10, is going to be one of those tackles. Outside of that, they're going to really probably address the center position in the free agency and the right guard position in Trey Smith in free agency. So then you may have to go another year with Braxton Jones. You may not, depending on what's available in the second round. That's worth it. So trust me, they're not talking about fuck the line at all.
So Casey, what do you think about the line? Speaking about the line, thanks, Chris. Perfect segue.
About the Lions, Terrence?
No, our current line.
Oh, I think they're horrible.
No other way to phrase that.
I mean, you guys want my honest opinion. I'm a straight shooter, so I'm gonna tell you. I mean,
We
you
love
can't
it.
have a guy getting 10 sacks and running for his life. I mean, if Patrick runs, Jalen runs when they need to. They're both in the Super Bowl with really good lines. If you're gonna talk about lines, I mean, think of it. It's hard to throw off your back the whole time and never being able to get sick. Now you can cash that up to being a rookie, other things, but they really need to focus on some linemen. They do. I mean, I think your defense is going to be okay. Obviously, you need a few things on your defense, but what are you going to do at running back? You keep it DeAndre, right? I mean, I think you're okay.
I mean, we signed DeAndre to a 4-year deal, if I'm not mistaken.
Like he's only 1 year into that contract. So
yeah. So he's got 2 more years. So they're going to keep him for a little bit. The other thing is, you're kind of set at receiver. You got DJ Steele. You got Romeo. Darnell had a hell of a year in Atlanta, and we let him go. But so I think tight end. I think Connette's a good tight end out of Notre Dame. Frank, there you go. So I think you got some pieces of the puzzle on offense. I think you could probably use a few more weapons, but it all starts up front with the guys. Man, they got to block for him. Really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's worse too when it's like tackles. I mean, you work with those, but when you can't get protection from your guards or your center, and that pressure is coming right up the middle, right from the get-go, there's nothing a quarterback can do, in my opinion.
It's tough, man. So I think they got a lot of issues, but I think on defense they're okay. Like I said, they fell off at the end of the year a little bit, but everybody deals with injuries too. I mean, the Lions, to get into the first round, they get the bye and they get knocked out in the first round. I mean, they just couldn't keep doing it. You can't succeed that with having as many injuries as they had over and over and over. It doesn't happen that way. They deal with them, but it doesn't happen. You lose Aiden at the beginning of the season, then you lose the linebacker for 6-8 games. That other kid, Anzoli or whatever. You lost a couple
Alex Anzalone.
Yeah, Alex Anzalone, JB. So it just the injury bug caught up to him. It really did.
And not to mention, and I know I always keep saying this too, but Jared Goff turns into Jared Goff when you have to have the ball on his line in a playoff game. Like, he struggles.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to win.
I mean, yes, he went to a Super Bowl. I understand that, but I mean, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he only put up like 6 points in that Super Bowl? I mean, it's just he disappears.
It was a weird. Yeah, that was like a 13-6. It was a weird Super Bowl.
It was.
Like, neither
was a weird
Super
Bowl.
That was probably the most boring Super Bowl in NFL history. Jesus Christ, I fell asleep on it. Shit.
I was looking at Todd Gurley like, man, do something.
I
was asleep on it.
So, Casey, we got a question from the chat. Commish, can you put that back up? So, out of all the coaches that Ben Johnson hired, are there any that you're like, I'm not a fan?
So I haven't been down the list. Who's the guy that he just got for D coordinator a couple of days ago or yesterday? Was the D coordinator that he hired?
Guy.
Who was it?
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen. Yeah,
I know it was.
The guy down in New Orleans.
Yeah. He was the. I mean, that's the thing. Experienced head coach. He might have failed, but.
Yeah, it's like you can chalk that one up to like some guys are just you could win a lot of rings like Spagnuolo of Kansas City. He goes to New York, he does nothing. He had 2 Super Bowls out of there already with the Giants. Now he's got 3 with KC. He's going to have the most if they win Sunday. He's going to have the most. So not to get off subject, I haven't seen it too much, Terrence, to answer the question for the audience. I think he's putting a good group of people together. So I think when the end, we'll be happy with all the hires that he has, and then see how it shakes out. Obviously, in a couple weeks when they have OTAs, we'll see what's going on.
I feel like when you get a first-time head coach, and it's what we failed galore to do when we brought in Eberflus, even though a lot of people weren't fans of Eberflus, myself included, but you surrounded him with no veteran anything.
Nothing.
At least this year, you brought in another brand new head coach in Ben Johnson, and you surrounded him with everything as far as when it comes to. You even brought in Eric Bieniemy, which is the behind the scenes type thing. Like, he's a hard-nosed, bust-your-ass type player, and he's a running backs coach. I was just like, I love it. You got another
Randall L.
Yeah, that's another one, man. He doesn't take it. Yeah.
I think he stole a few guys. He stole a few guys from Detroit, right? And
He did.
I think Aaron Glenn stole a few going to New York, didn't he? Didn't Aaron Glenn take a few also?
Yeah, he should.
He took one.
Yeah, I thought he got one. He wanted to get one more, but
Hank Fraley said he's not. Hank Fraley's wife said he ain't going nowhere.
Hank Fraley wanted to come here. I'm not gonna lie, but his wife, I guess, put the foot down and said, "We ain't leaving."
She said, "We're not going nowhere." He's loyal to
Hank Fraley, if you ever listen to Andy Reid talk about him, he said he's the dirtiest player, and not dirty playing wise. He was just dirty. He never showered. He was all grungy all the time. But he said he was my favorite player when I was with the Eagles because he was playing for the Eagles forever.
Yep.
And now he's an O-line coach. He's one of those O-line coaches that you want to be around and makes your whole. I mean, you heard some of the O-linemen saying we can't lose him. We want to play for him and only him.
No, you got to keep him. Casey, I want to ask you this.
Yes,
but
sir.
We kind of touched on it, not knowing if you follow, who exactly is a free agent or anything. But how important is that center position to you? Because I'm tired. I mean, we went from Sam Mustipher to Lucas Patrick. Now, Coleman Shelton was okay. He was serviceable. But that left-handed snap and then Caleb getting on one. I mean, I don't know. I like a guy out of Indianapolis, Ryan Kelly. That's who I like. Get a little pricey. But anybody that played next to Quentin Nelson for 9 years, I think they got some type of continuity. I want to listen to that guy.
Well, I think center's a key thing because they're laying up. Our center was Olin forever, right? I loved Olin. I thought he was tough. He got everybody lined up. He didn't take any crap. He was tough. And I said, not only that, I said, Olin, you're making the calls at the line too, and probably for a young rookie or still a young quarterback coming into year two, having a veteran center getting things lined up takes a little pressure off you. You've got a younger guy, a younger center, and a younger quarterback not making all the checks because the center, they make a lot of checks, man. They really do.
They super cerebral.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
captain
thing
of that line, man. They make sure everyone else is in the right position.
But not just that, Frank. What I've noticed certain centers do, especially with young quarterbacks, which is why I brought up Ryan Kelly, they take, like Casey said, pressure off, but then they recognize defenses that the young quarterback may not. Mm-hmm. They may recognize pressures and stuff. I think for Caleb being sacked 68 times, he's still going to come in being a little gun shy if we don't get somebody in front of him that knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Agreed, 100%.
Is Ryan Kelly a free agent, JB? Obviously he is, right?
And he's unrestricted.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Now, he's a little pricey.
I don't care. That center position is too damn important, man.
But Jonathan Taylor is good up the tackles. In between the guards, and Ryan Kelly, he kicks it off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
You get a number on us, shoot.
Any center that you're gonna pick in free agency this year is gonna definitely be a little pricey.
An upgrade,
right?
Either him or the guy from Atlanta. What's his name? Dahlman. Both of those guys are gonna be.
He's young. He's young. He just came off his first contract. He's young. Yeah. He's only like 25, 26 years old.
Yeah, he's gonna be pricey.
Pricey in the NFL now. Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah, it's gonna be pricey. Except if you ain't a running back. Running backs, they usually you can get them for dirt cheap. But
wait, legit.
Saquon might have changed that. What? Saquon might have changed that.
No, go back to this legit Pack fan talking about we will kick your such and such for 20 more years. Hey man, you.
Now with no $58 million average quarterback that you have, you ain't.
See, here we go, Casey. Here we go with the BS. This is it right here.
Well, ask them how they did on the last game when we played them then. Right? Did we win that game? Ask them that.
I thought we won, so
I thought we won.
Recent history,
a lot of Pack fans were saying, well, we weren't healthy. I was like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, and you got a lucky ass block in the first game. The first match. Got a lucky ass block.
Oh, there he is. Legit Pack fan. Legit packed hard.
About
Jordan serious question, though. Do you all think we're in a position to kick their ass for 20 years?
I feel we are in a better position than they are because they just spent big money on their quarterback. We got our quarterback on a rookie deal. And they still don't have a wide receiver. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, they got no wide receivers that can stay healthy, that's for sure.
They don't have a wide receiver.
Right, they can't stay healthy. They got some guys.
They have
good.
the Packers, in my opinion, have one thing. One amazing thing, Matt LaFleur is a phenomenal head coach. He is an extremely phenomenal play caller. That is what they got going for him. That's what makes Jordan Love look a lot better. This is why your backup Patrick Willis was looking like fucking Michael Vick in his prime when he was coming in here when Love got hurt. Their backups were out playing Love.
Well, the thing about them is that they got wide receivers, just none of them are number one.
Yeah, they got
complimentary wide receivers. Watson, yeah, he got speed, he got height, but hands shaky as fuck.
Never finishes. To me, Watson and Drake London are like the same. Like they just 6'5", 50-50 ball guys.
London's not bad. London can actually catch. London can actually catch.
When you have a running back like Josh Jacobs, though,
Josh Jacobs is the reason they were where they are.
Do you really need a stellar wide receiver room?
Yeah, I mean, you don't need a.
Well, you need a couple of dogs.
Okay, I got to answer this one here. Legit Pack fan, Gimme Johnson. Okay, what's his record against you guys as an OC?
Yeah,
I'm pretty just sure he has destroyed your guys' asses always as an OC. So you are nowhere to talk about Ben Johnson. You're saying that because you're scared right now.
Hey, Frank, don't bring that up because we don't have what Detroit has.
I'm not denying that, but at least we have a coach who can call plays.
We don't have what Detroit got, but we ain't like we just got suck-buck players over here.
We don't have Eberflus. Yeah. Let's just say that. We still got a number one receiver.
Eberflusy.
So, Casey, let me ask you this, man.
What's up, Terrence? Talk to me.
Thomas Brown, did he get a raw deal? Because he came in with. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go, Terrence. I'm listening.
Because he was expected to win at least 3 of those 5 last games after Eberflus was fired. He won 1.
Yeah, right.
And did he get a raw deal? I mean, the team were they already checked out?
Those are tough situations. Those are tough situations to come into, right? So either way, you rarely see them when they, you saw Antonio Pierce 2 years ago do it. He won a few games, and they hired him as head coach. And then I think that coach this year in New Orleans, after they fired Dennis Allen, he did pretty well, won a few games too. But, you're coming into a bad situation. The morale's down. There's a reason that they fired him. They're losing, 7, 8 in a row. So the morale's already down. You're already out of the playoff hunt for sure. So, I wouldn't say did a raw deal. Yeah, I mean, who are they going to pick, right? I mean, they picked the OC. They could have picked anybody, and it would have been a raw deal for anybody because you're just thrown to the wolves, so to speak. There was nothing you were going to do that was going to change that team to get them back to winning the first 3 out of 4 games or whatever it was when they started out on fire, and then they just fell off. The Hail Mary that Jaden Daniels threw is what set him off the edge when you got Stevenson cheering to the crowd and not watching what the hell's going on. I mean, that's just coaching right there.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Thank you, foul mouth.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
coaching.
That's just coaching. That's easy, man. That's you play till the clock says 0. This guy's running down the sidelines, hyping up the fans or cheering them on. They're throwing a Hail Mary over his head, and then he sees it and takes out sprinting to try to do something. He's the one that actually tipped it, if you remember.
He came across and tipped it up.
When his guy was the one who caught it in the back. That was his guy he was supposed to be guarding.
Yep.
So, I feel bad for Thomas. Honestly, I don't know the man personally, but anytime you're thrown in those situations, it's never good. It's like they give you the interview just because you were the intern head coach, right?
That was my next question.
Just because we have to. We're going to interview this guy from New Orleans. We're going to interview Antonio just because he won games and then he got the job in Raiders. Of course, they messed it up, so they got no quarterback there.
He had no chance either. But that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of times, Casey, they'll say, "Okay, the guy we wanted failed. Okay, here's this interim guy. Let's see what you can do." In my opinion, all he could do was apply for his next coordinator position.
Yeah.
He wasn't really applying for a coaching position because he had nothing to work with. It's still the same, like the person just said in the chat. It's the same roster. Mm-hmm. The only difference is, like when I tell people, I said we don't know what Thomas Brown's system is because in 2 times in Carolina and Chicago, he took over somebody else's system.
Yeah, correct. You're right.
And tried to make lemonade out of lemons, and that's not like we don't know Thomas Brown now. We don't know his philosophy.
Yeah, even when he was calling plays, man, it was still Shaden Walden's playbook. It wasn't his playbook. So I mean,
yeah. I think another thing you want to see out of a coach that does that too, that's thrown into the fire, so to speak, whatever team you're on, and they fire their head coach in the middle of the season is how they respond and if they're still playing their butts off, right? You see Mark McCarthy, they're out of the playoffs, they're 7-6 or something, or they were 4-7 or something, in the middle of the season. Then they're still playing, right? They were still playing hard. Michael was still playing hard. Everybody was still playing hard. So he found a way to still motivate that team to get them to, 7 wins, even though I think they were 7-10, right? His first losing season. But they were still in games, and he found a way to motivate them. I think that's the thing that, if I'm a general manager or an owner saying, how is this guy still have the locker room, and is he motivating, or is he gone and the locker room's gone and we're going to interview him and then that's it, right? So I think if you could hold, everybody always says that once you lose the locker room, you're done, which in many cases it is. Nick Sirianni, though, they said he lost the locker room last year, and he's in the Super Bowl right now with the Eagles. So
that's a little different, though. And let me tell you why. That talent, although he lost the locker room last year, that talent alone still got them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
This year, Saquon Barkley changed Sirianni's whole fortune.
Yep.
Like Sirianni was on the next thing smoking if the Saquon thing failed. But he needed whatever bonus he about to get, he need to give Saquon half. Like, dude, thank you for saving my job.
I hope Saquon. I don't know, we ain't on to the Super Bowl yet, but I like Saquon. I like what he's done to Philadelphia, and getting out of the Giants and them not even taking a chance on him. I mean, good riddance. Now I'm going to run all over you for the next 3 years. And
you gave him an offensive line finally, and look what he did in his first year with an offensive line.
No. Look what he did without an offensive line.
That's where I was going as well. Like, he was still an elite running back, one of the top running backs with no offense.
Was he an elite running back? Because I mean, a lot of people will put
in my opinion,
like he wasn't one of them dudes when I was specifically on this podcast saying,
everybody, I was with you.
Y'all you gonna see the best running back in the fucking NFL this year. This year. That's why I was so bent.
All 4 of us right here stated that, and I was mad, Casey, because here's my thing. When you have a home run hitter like that that's doing stuff on the Giants and all of us are on their line, why wouldn't you get him in here when you got at least a little bit better than just us 5 guys on the panel? Change the game.
Right.
With a rookie quarterback. Change the game.
I mean, they tried.
I'm not saying he would have ran for 2,000 yards here, but we would have been in the playoffs.
They tried. I don't know if we would have made the playoffs. That shit was pretty bad.
Well, I think when we all vouched to keep or to have Saquon here, we all said we wanted Justin to stay too, because we wanted to see a Justin and Saquon backfield. That's where we were all.
I would have loved it.
Saquon.
I would have loved
it.
Like,
just doing what exactly Saquon did in Philly, or not. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Baltimore with Henry when they were just doing that. I would have loved to see the Bears do that with Justin and him.
Wait, you know what's crazy?
I tell you this, I didn't know Saquon was that fast.
Yeah.
I mean, he
I
broke
did.
I didn't know he was that fast. I never saw when he was in New York.
Backwards.
I seen the son of a bitch at Penn State. That motherfucker fast.
I like him at Penn State too.
Yeah,
even though I'm not a Penn State guy, but
tell you the truth, to be honest with you, Casey, the person that really should give him some of their money.
What's that about?
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts really deserves to give him his bonus, that whatever bonus he gets for the Super Bowl or whatnot, or for accomplishing whatever he accomplished, he needs to give some of that to Saquon, because honestly, in my personal opinion, if Saquon's not there, I don't even think they make the playoffs. I think Jalen Hurts is not that good of a quarterback.
You can't say that because Jalen Hurts made the Super Bowl without Saquon 2 years ago.
He did 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Since he's gotten paid, he don't look like that player that he was 2 years ago.
He looked pretty good last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, shit. After
he can have a game from.
You're talking to a guy that's going to betted money on this dude to pass for 150 yards and he didn't do it.
Sounds like your hatred for Komet too, right there.
Well,
Yeah, that sounds a little personal, man. That sounds like you need to take that up with Prize Picks.
You talking about Big Stiffy?
Big Stiffy, yeah. My
The
big
Stiff Meister?
Yeah.
I have
Speaking
to
of that,
agree,
though,
man. Jalen Hurts does not look like the same
Ever
quarterback.
since he got paid, he hasn't
was
been.
before.
but I want to ask you this, Casey, because the draft, free agency looming and everything with our running game, because you asked a very good question. You said, are we keeping Swift, although he's in the first year of the 4th? Who do you compliment? Because obviously they don't like to give Roshan Johnson the ball, and that might not be the answer. Are you going free agency? Are you going I cringe to say this. Are you going to use a first-round pick on Ashton Genty? Like, what's your take?
Yeah, so now, unfortunately, for running backs, unless you're an established one like a Derrick Henry or Saquon or
Josh Jacobs did it.
If you're an established one, and Christian, he may be out too. He can't seem to stay healthy these days, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but I said now running backs to get to their second contract is crazy because they're just shuffling them in and out so fast now. And the kids coming out of college, they know they're 20, 21, 22 years old. They got fresh legs. They don't even want to pay a 26-year-old. I mean, look at Najee. Look at Najee and
Najee Harris, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought he would be a little better, though. I thought he would have been a little better, right? No? Am I the only one thought he would have been a little better?
Look at how many running backs Alabama has in the NFL right now. Derrick Henry, Najee, Jacobs.
Yeah.
I got 2 more that I'm missing that are starters in the NFL right now.
Where did Jameer go? Did Jameer go to Alabama? Jameer Gibbs?
No,
I don't know. I'm missing 2 more because I had this conversation with Brian the other day. They have 5 running backs in the NFL right now.
I thought Gibbs did go to Alabama.
Either went to Alabama or Georgia.
I thought Jameer Gibbs did go to Alabama.
Which one?
Detroit's running back, Jameer Gibbs.
Oh yeah, Jameer Gibbs. Yes, that's 4. Yes, you're right.
And he's cold. Like
So there's 4. I'm missing 1 more. What is it? Richardson out of no, Richardson was from Texas. What about the kid from Washington?
You got the Commander starting running back Brian Robinson is from Alabama.
I forgot about Brian Robinson. Yeah.
There you go. There's 5 right there.
5.
There's 5. I said there was 5. There might be 6.
And Jace McClellan too, the Falcons starting running backs from Alabama.
Okay. He's not starting.
No, he was starting, but he got hurt. He got put on injured reserve. He was a starter before he got hurt.
No, that's Bijan.
Bijan Robinson was the starter. He was never the starter.
Okay, so maybe it was the other way around.
Yeah, stay off the internet.
Well, I don't know. I think with running backs, Terrence, to your point, I feel like GMs unfortunately feel like they come a dime a dozen, and unless they're just a Saquon or a Christian or Derrick Henry, they just don't pay them anymore. They just wait and say, we'll just find one in the draft. We're going to pay them, their regular 4 or 5 year contract at league minimum for whatever it lasts. And if they play good, maybe we pay them. If not, they're out.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate for that position too.
It is.
I'm hoping Saquon might have turned some heads though this year, man. Especially Derrick Henry.
How do you not turn heads if you're Derrick Henry? You go to the Titans for 8 years. Then you go to
the year of the running back.
You kill it again in your 9th year. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Didn't we have Henry, 2,000 yards rushers for like only the 2nd time in NFL history?
Yeah, he's a.
I think it was the first time. Maybe it might have been the first. I don't know. Yeah, with Henry and and then you got to think about it. Gibbs went for 1,400 and shit. He ain't even stopped.
He get half the carries.
Well, I think from what I read, I remember hearing that too. Is the first ever above 30 year old running back who actually ran for over 2,000 yards, I think is what it was.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to your second contract as a running back, you better take it and run, honestly, because they just ain't doing it now. They're going to find somebody in the draft and say, see ya.
But see, you just touched on a nerve, Casey, when the devaluing of a position.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the playoffs, like I'll even go to the Chiefs. Did you see what Kareem Hunt just did?
I agree.
Like they don't get that without those guys.
No.
So to sit there and just devalue that position, I'm talking about, and I don't care about the age because hell, if that man in LA can play for 22 seasons and got all this money spent on the ball, I ain't worried about Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry a man child too.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it. But when you have the success of a Derrick Henry, the success of a Saquon, the success of a Josh Jacobs, the success of a Aaron Jones, Like all those Jahmyr Gibbs, all those running backs that were supposed to just be like, oh, that's just a position. The running back pool this year was crazy.
Yeah.
It's a good one this year
And
too.
we didn't have 1,000-yard rusher.
Right. I mean, I just think it's tough for a running back right now. It really is. And coming out and getting to your second contract, man, that's huge for him. It really is. And that's all. You know, when you get to the NFL, getting to your second contract.
Derek's on his third, right?
Who is? Derek?
Derek Henry should be on his third.
Yeah, because the Titans re-upped him, and he played. They gave him like a 3-year re-option.
Right, that's what it was. The Titans re-up. Right. Showed me the Titans. What? That was bogus.
Aren't you watching Boys in the Hood or something?
No, File's son on his lap right now. His name is Ricky.
Yeah. But I don't want that clip associated with Ricky.
Everybody knows what happened in that.
Hey, Fal, I don't like that, bro.
I don't like that, man.
It was just
shot, man.
Just naming the name. He been back here crying, so he usually chill out.
Look at that little fella. I like
you know, as soon as you get him, bro, he back good. So
yeah.
How old is he, Fal?
Hey, Chris, when you start,
love it, dude.
When you start breastfeeding, I need you to turn your camera off.
Hey,
yeah,
man.
when I start breastfeeding, okay.
No, I mean it's fine. Just get that little towel thing that they put over. You just got to.
I'll make sure I send some breast milk over to you.
No, I don't want no.
I thought this was a family.
Bobby, put him in the bathroom. Sonny, any mushes in there, he ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him
in. Hey, Casey, we on a roll with this, man. Let me go back to you. So with what we just stated with the running backs, though, I mean, you know the position. Like what do we do? Like, I don't believe in Swift right now with this line. I just don't. Like, what do we do? Because now what I'm looking at is a lot of young talent coming in, forced to produce day one, but we have other issues to address. And that's not fair for Ben Johnson to have to come in and say, on paper, we were supposed to be world beaters, but now we got to do this position. Like, what would you go after in the draft? What is your draft?
I'll go back to the offensive line because you got a good offensive line. DeAndre might be able to up his game a little bit. He's still a young running back. You know, he still got some fresh legs in him. He ran okay with a not even decent offensive line, I would say. So I'm focused on the O-line right now, and you can still get a good running back in the second and third round. I mean, JB, you could still get them. The draft is full of them this year with running backs.
This is running back. I like Scatterboo. Cameron Scatterboo from Arizona State.
Yeah, from Arizona State.
That's like a
he give me bear.
Yeah, that's like a fourth.
He give me bear.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that the O-line, if you don't fix the O-line, and we talk about it till we're blue in the face, the O-line helps out everybody. It helps out the quarterback. It helps out the running back. Sure. So you got a solid O-line. You win on both sides then, because if you only fix the running back position, you don't touch the O-line, what'd you really fix?
Nothing.
Right? Because he still can't block for you put Najee back there or whoever you're going to go get, then you put them back there and they can't get any yards because they're just getting their asses handed to them up front. What are you going to do?
Yeah, because ain't no Barry Sanders in none of these.
Yeah. I mean, there ain't no Earl Campbell.
What I would get, for me, if we address O-line, I'll just put it like this. If we address O-line and or D-line, whichever one, in free agency, with one of those, what we call guys. And with that first pick, I got to get something generational either at the edge rush or at that left tackle. I'm sorry, I cannot continue to have Braxton Jones as my left tackle. I cannot.
Your blindside protection on Caleb needs to be important.
I just can't call. Hey, y'all can hate me, love me. I cannot do it. But in the second round,
he's a good swing tackle. So
he's horrible.
But in the second round, if we've addressed line in the free agency, one of the two, if we picked up Abdul Carter, which is like the best edge rusher, Minka Fitzpatrick,
he's gone in the top 5. So
okay, well then nope, then that's dead, right? So we get the best. We get a Will Campbell, right?
Yeah.
In that second round, I don't mind if we go after a Scatterboo or an Amarion Hampton in that sense, because in free agency we've addressed either position, and then with our first round pick, we've addressed either position. Then I don't mind getting somebody like that. But I don't want that first pick to be anything. What they call it? What do they call it? Skill position. I need interior.
Yeah.
Period.
Agreed.
First pick has to be interior.
We love calling it the trenches.
The trenches. Like I'm trying to figure out what am I missing here, because I'm foul. You gonna cuss me out? I know. I'm not sold on Ryan Poles, Casey. I don't think he know what he's doing. That's just me.
Well, I tell you, Ryan's in the last year of his contract, if I'm correct. So
yes, he is.
I'll go back. I'm gonna go back 3 years ago, right, or to last year. Ryan's here, and he had to trade Justin, because if he kept Justin and they did not make the playoffs,
he's gone
with Justin, then they fire Ryan Poles and everybody, right? They make a clean sweep. Ryan Poles says, I'm going to trade Justin. I got the number 1 pick. I'm going to draft Caleb. That buys me 3 years, or 2 for sure. So I bought him this year, 1.
They bought him 1.
We bought him 1.
Next year, it depends on how this looks.
Be on the outs, unless they're 10-6 or 10-7, or whatever it is, 10-7. 10-7 ain't going to get you into the playoffs in the NFC North. I'll tell you that right now. The NFC North is the best in the NFC right now. They're stacked. We got 3 teams that made the playoffs. I promise you, Detroit will come back tough. Green Bay will come back tough. Minnesota, I'm unsure about J.J. McCarthy. I think Sam did well, besides the playoff game, obviously. But you're still going to have 4 teams that are really tough in the NFC North, and the Bears will be better.
Well, I mean, the crazy part about it is that rumor is that Poles is about to get an extension.
Yeah. Well, but that's another thing that I wanted to ask you too. Like, was this Ben Johnson coming in? Did he praise for Poles? If he came in praising for Poles, I feel like that means the extension is going to get done, because he actually likes Poles.
He's going to get an extension.
And he gets the extension, then that's the reason he's getting that extension is because of Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
But when? The question for me is when.
Before the season
does he
starts.
get the extension before the season starts?
Yeah, they talked about the next couple days.
Well, time is of the essence in this case, because now you kind of want to pair your GM and your coach as best as you can. You want to keep that marriage together.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
And I'm not disputing that, but what I'm saying is this. Do you do it in the next couple of days, or do you wait to see how Ryan Poles drafts? And then you say, you know what? Let me see how this plays out.
Well, I'll tell you
this. Because he has to draft for Ben Johnson.
I don't know if you could do it just by the draft, though, right, JB? Because those kids are unknown, right? You do it by the draft and free agency. Who's he signing in free agency? Because what he signed now, the past 3 years of free agency, was he signed?
It's been crap.
DJ Moore, he made a trade for, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a trade. Funny story. Ryan Pace tried to get DJ Moore when he was here.
He did.
Right. So who has he drafted that we're high on right now? Name somebody.
Who he drafted?
Let's talk the truth.
And that's why I asked you that question, because I knew you was going to tell me the truth.
I mean, who has he drafted that we high on?
I mean, if we're talking draft, I'm talking about Brisker and Kyler Gordon are huge.
Hell, even Javon Dexter, like these guys are all, you talking about guys that's in like their second year, and in the case of Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon, they're in their third. So he's going and drafted some guys,
He's drafted some guys, but have they made a difference for us as a you know?
I mean, the truth, you know what?
I would
to be honest with you, I never sit up there. One thing that we can all say, we're never going to sit up there and say the Bears don't have talent. What we question is the coaching. The coaching is the problem. The coaching in the sport that requires a team, that's the ultimate team sport. You gotta have coaching. You can get away with it in the NBA. You can have one player and one great player, and he can probably take that team to the NBA playoffs, hell, maybe even to the goddamn finals or the conference championship. But in the NFL, it's the ultimate team sport, and you need that coaching. If you don't have that coaching, I don't give a shit if you got nothing but the goddamn Pro Bowlers. Yeah, it's gonna fail. Yeah.
I agree with all of that, but when you look at the hits, the misses, all this, the only one that I can say right now has been an official true game changer, a person in the chat just put it up, Kyler Gordon. Other than that, all his picks have been to failures.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that about Brisker though, too. Because look how
Brisker's not a failure, but he's hurt.
I'll agree with that.
Is that on Ryan Poles that he's hurt?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't hurt in college.
Yes, he was. He was hurt 2 years.
He had 1 year, his sophomore year, where he got hurt. 1 year.
You can't put injuries on a GM.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. But my thing is, when you look at that impact, when you be like, man, he drafted that guy. Have we really seen it outside of Kyler Gordon?
I mean, so Kyler Gordon, I will pick as my
number. You gonna tell me the truth? Has he?
Hey, Casey, answer this for me.
I'm still talking about Velvet Jones.
Let's just say hypothetically. Let's just say the Bears get. Do not come over here. Go over there. Let's just say hypothetically the Bears come in. Ben Johnson comes in. Darnell Wright looks great. Javon Dexter looks great. Kyler Gordon looks great. Who else? Brisker. Gone and played a lot better since he's gone and had his concussion and stuff. A lot of his draft picks are starting to hit. Now all of a sudden, are we still having the same conversation? Because just last year, we were talking about how great Tyreek Stevenson was and how good he was looking coming into this year. When we started talking about the guys he was hitting on, then all of a sudden, they had a shitty year. Now we sit up here saying, oh, this guy's ass. Oh, he don't look like nothing. He don't look like nothing. Everybody's going easily. It's that what have you done for me lately?
Always. That'll never change, Foul, right? It's always about winning and what have you done for me lately, right? But I'll bring you guys back to, the 2000s early in there when Jerry Angelo drafted, he drafted Peanut Tillman. He drafted Alex Brown. He didn't draft my brother. I think it was part of it with Ron Wolf at the time. So you're talking about Jerry, who was there 9-10 years, and he had a reputation, a Mike Brown that he drafted, Roosevelt. I think Roosevelt Colvin he got in the 3rd round. So you're talking about players that had good long careers with the Bears that were Pro Bowlers in their first 3 years, most of them, right? Mike was, Peanut was, he talking about. I think he drafted Jerry Zuma, who I love. Izzy Adonijay. So you're talking about people that we thought were role players, but it ended up being great players for the Bears for a long time.
Yeah, but guess what they had? Lovie Smith.
Yeah. Hey, I love me some Lovie.
Yeah.
I mean, but before that, I mean, those same guys, your brother, Rosie, Ward Coleman, that was the Dick Duran era. That wasn't even Lovie. That was Dick Duran. When you had Ted Washington and Keith Traylor and the boys in front, you had John Tate, you had Big Cat Williams. It started.
But none of those were drafted though. If we're doing the whole free agency thing, because John Tate was with KC and it was.
He was full. Yeah. John Tate got pulled off free agency.
And Ted Washington was in Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Keith was in Buffalo and with Denver. So all those guys were pulled from different places. But AB was a true draft pick. True. Mike B, Brian, Warwick.
All those guys. Rosie out of Purdue. All those guys were drafted. Yeah. But that's why I said I give Angelo a little more credit because he gave you that good mix of free agency and draft.
Yeah.
All I can say for Ryan Poles is, he got us DJ Moore. Yeah, he got us Kyler Gordon, but that ain't and the way the kids talk, that ain't no enough. I need to get some more. I'm just being real.
I've never heard any kids say that.
You judging the guy for 3 years.
You don't work with kids.
You judging the guy for 3 years, and then not only that, you got to remember, his first year he ain't even have a 1st round pick.
He only had 5
picks. He does now getting 1st round picks.
I'm not debating that, but what he has selected, I'm telling you right now.
That's because, of course, it's not going to look good when your coaching fucking sucks ass.
With Velvet Jones and Tyler Scott, I'm like, dude, do you know what a wide receiver that's actually good look like in the draft?
I am very anxious to see what Tyler Scott can do this year with Ben.
Well, I don't know. I think
he's going to get a chance. He's going to get a chance with Ben Johnson, I believe.
Is he going to play?
She wants to say hi.
He don't play, Casey. He doesn't play.
But you talking about hey.
Hi.
You talking about a guy, you talking about third round picks, but yeah, he went the first round and drafted Roma Dunze.
I told you I wanted Jared Verse. I ain't want no damn Roma Dunze. Give me Jared Verse.
But it's not about who you want, it's who
I'd want first. I'd want Rome now because we need another receiver. But
so I see you got your family coming over.
They're all pushing me to go to bed. This is my dog now. He wants to go outside. And
I was just gonna ask, what kind of dog is that? Damn.
He's a Great Dane.
Hey, that's a big dog, man.
So
yeah,
so
I got a big ass Saint Bernard. So
do you ride him to work?
No, man, he just chills. He's just my boy. He just chills.
No, he's huge, man.
Yeah, you need
He's
to
about
saddle him
170
up.
pounds. He's cool. He chills.
170.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that got my dog beat.
That's a Great Dane.
Yeah, it's a Great Dane.
I said look, yes, Jeanette. I said, is that Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Hey, Casey. So we're not gonna keep you much longer, but why don't you tell us about your most exciting story when you spent time with the Bears in camp?
And who'd you hit?
I think I told you guys that story a couple of years ago. I
remember the hit one. I want to hear it again.
I think you guys remember Bobby Howard from Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
He was number 52, I believe, and we were in training camp in 2003, 2004, whatever it was. I'd have to look it up. I'm so old now. Jeez. I said we did a dive play right up the middle, and he hit me so hard in my jaw, I thought I broke my jaw, honestly. I mean, Bobby was so low, and he just hit me right in my jaw, and it stunned me so hard. It was just a lead play or a dive play up the middle, and Bobby knew he got me, man. And we weren't laughing because I couldn't laugh. He stunned me so hard. But Bobby and I are still friends to this day. He was a player personnel for the Bears for a long time, but that was probably the hardest I'd been hit at that time. Definitely throughout my NFL. I wouldn't even call it a career, but even in arena football or college ball or anything, Bobby hit me so hard, man. I think the thing I cherished most was just being out there with my brother for those 4 or 5 months, right? For OTAs, from training camp and all that stuff. It was just cool. There's a picture I got in my basement of Brian and I that I think somebody took from the Tribune or the Sun-Times of Brian and I standing together in one of the OTAs or training camp or something. So I thought it was cool. And then I got my jersey framed and Brian's jersey framed in the same one. So, those are things memories that I'll never get back, obviously, that always stay up here. But like I said from the beginning an hour ago, those guys are the best of the best, man, to play on that field. I don't care if you're playing backup special teams. Tom Izzo played a long time on special teams. Cordell Patterson's playing a long time on special teams and making a lot of money doing it, and rightfully so, because those guys are good, man.
Absolutely. Perfectly stated.
So whatever happened to you coming to hang out with us, man?
I know, man. You guys got to give me an invite again. We got that pizza joint, right, to go to on the south side?
Yeah.
When was I
we
on
need to invite him to the
March the Burbs case. You always come to the Burbs.
To the who?
The Burbs.
The thing we got going on in March. We need to make sure that Casey can come.
Well, you got my email now, Terrence.
What's that?
Yeah, man, I'd love to see you guys. I'll come on anytime you guys want, man. You guys, it looks like you're doing good. I mean, geez, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, man, we're cooking with a little bit of grease now. We got a studio in the Lacuna Lofts on 2100 Canal Port. It's right off the expressway.
So I know where it's at.
We're doing that in
Pilsen?
Huh?
Is that Pilsen area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Pilsen.
21 hours Pilsen, right?
Yeah.
I know where it's at.
Yeah.
And
so
that's
all you gotta do, man, just saddle up old Hercules over there, man.
I'll be downtown on Wednesday the 19th. St. John's playing at the Paul at Wintrust Arena downtown. So I'll be there at that game. I'll be hanging out down. They fly in on Tuesday night. So my boy's a coach for Patino in St. John, so he's coming in and going to that game. Like I said, all I'm doing is following St. John's basketball now since Notre Dame's done.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And
so
also,
I'm in the hoops now, man. Hoops all the way for me.
Hoops all the way, huh? Do you play a little basketball?
I like to play. I play great defense. I like it more for the conditioning, Terrence. Honestly,
hands
it's
down,
good
man.
for me to run. I can't shoot. I make a layup every now and then, but I'm all about it, man. Just for the
You
conditioning.
said every now and then.
Sometimes those knees can't hold up at our ages, man.
No, I can't jump like I used to. I don't want to either, so I'm okay with that.
I don't like jumping either, man. But check it out. We also have a podcast coming up at Izzy's new restaurant.
That's what I was talking about in March.
I don't know if you checked it out. It's called the Staley.
I heard about it, man.
It's on 18th in Michigan. It used to be Crow.
Yep. Crows.
Yep.
It used to be a sports bar.
I'll hit up Izzy, man. He's a good dude. I still talk to him and see him at different events or charity things that he's up to, or I still talk to Izzy. He's a good dude. I talked to Zoom the other day. I still talk to a lot of the dudes, man.
Yeah, we man, I'll be trying to get Zoom out, man. But
he always tells us yes, but then it always just doesn't go through.
Yeah, and he's always talking about LeBron is the greatest. LeBron, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna tell you a stat. I told this to somebody the other day. Foul Mouth's got to hear this, so I hope he comes back on if he can still hear. I said one of the guys were bragging on the TV about LeBron's about to get his 630-point game or whatever it was, and they said he's as good as Michael Jordan. And Charles Barkley, I think, said it best. He goes, "Yeah, okay, it took him 8 more seasons to do it too. Michael Jordan did it in like 13. LeBron's on 21. It took him 8 more years to get the 630-point games. There's no comparison. We're not apples to apples on this one."
Like I always bring that up too. Like, I mean, it's longevity stats. I mean, that's what it is. Does anybody consider Kareem Abdul-Jabbar one of the greatest of all times? Like,
one of the greatest, yes.
People maybe have him in the conversation, but he's never up there as 1 or 2. Yeah. I mean, his is mostly longevity stats too. Like, I mean, it's how it is.
If you guys are going to compare people, take the snapshot of 15 years and 15 years, right? Or whatever it is. Don't do 21 years and 13 years. It's not fair.
No, they actually did do something, I think, similar like that, because LeBron played 15 years technically in Cleveland. If you combine both of his years together, they combined those 15 years to Jordan's 15 years, and it wasn't even close.
Exactly.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah. I don't want to get into basketball. I'm into college basketball right now, fellas.
Yeah, because the Bulls suck. Fire Billy Donovan. If you know somebody to know somebody,
the Bulls are winning by 1 right now with 4 minutes left after trading their superstar right now. So I mean,
yeah,
okay.
They give you hope, and then they just
So bringing it back to what I was saying, we're having a podcast at the Staley. That's Izzy's restaurant. So, and we would love for you to come and hang out.
Yes,
if you could. Once we get the date locked in, I'll hit you up, let you know when it is.
You got my phone number, don't you, Terrence, or no?
No, I don't have your phone.
It's on the bottom of my email. Take it down, man. It's at the bottom of my email. Shoot me a text.
I bet.
Please. Any one of you guys. Yeah, I think I replied. Any one of you. I think Frank's texted me before, whatever. So text me anytime, man.
Okay,
please.
Cool. Thanks,
man.
Thank you, brother.
See you soon.
Taking the time to holler at us,
pleasure having you on.
I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Stay in touch.
Right.
5 miles. Congrats on.
Hey, come back.
Come back.
Come back.
There you go, fellas.
All right, man.
Take care, Casey. Thanks again, man.
Hey, always, man.
Yes, hey, come back.
That was on point.
I love Casey, man. He is awesome.
Yeah, Casey.
But yeah, he's a straight shooter. He says it straight up, man.
Ain't no wiggle room.
He says straight up.
No in between.
No, it's either black or it's white. That's it.
That's no gray area.
None.
No gray area.
Because in sports, man.
Speaking of gray area, look at Chris's shit, man.
That gray beard, that's what happens when you have a kid, man.
Shit.
So, guys, let's talk about this Bulls. Let's talk about this Bulls trade for like 1 second. We traded Zach LaVine.
I'm not mad at that, but
so does that mean we're about to start all over? Because we still have that buster Pat Williams.
Well, ain't nobody touching him.
Nobody's gonna take him now.
No, nobody's taking him, man. But I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing?
We gave him $90 million.
We gave Pat Williams $90 million.
Wait, think this one in. We gave Pat Williams $90+ million for averaging triple singles. Thanks for the triple singles.
Oh my God, man! I don't know what the Bulls are doing. I really don't know what they're trying to do.
Well, that includes them too. They don't know.
They don't like AK is a bum. I put the thing in the chat. All those high quality players that we got rid of and what we got back, and we couldn't get no first round picks.
Nothing. We got our original first round picks rights taken away. That was it. So we got
right. The rights to the first round pick.
Yeah, taken away. That was the only thing we got for somebody who who literally had the best season in his career so far in Zach LaVine. When it comes down to points per games, his defense was
40-80.
Turnovers were down. Everything was on the up and up. So we're looking at that and we're just like, come on, that's at least worth the first round pick. But it's all about the money. I'm not denying that whatsoever.
OKC fleeced us and gave us Josh Giddey, and they have 6 first round picks over like the next 4 years. And we couldn't get one.
Well, that just goes to show you that your management sucks.
Management is terrible.
I told you all before, I was not a fan of AK, and I didn't care what he did as an assistant in Denver. Sometimes assistants just ride the coattails of the guy that's actually making the decisions. And right now, the Bulls look like we're heading for what? Lottery again. Because we won't
hit the lottery, though. Watch.
Wait, let this sink in. The Detroit Pistons have a better record than the Bulls.
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
Oh, God.
And they just beat us Sunday.
So, on that note, why don't we go ahead and pay some bills and I can go get me a drink.
trying to be king. You crazy. I'm real. King of what?
Okay, bow down. Let the trumpet sound. Roll out the red carpet. 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 Roll out the red carpet.
Pull out that damn red carpet, baby. Pull out the red carpet. Must be a great tasting Pilsner taste, whatever that shit means. I don't know because here JB and T Nick and Frank the Tank has had Moore's beer. Also, anytime you want to go out and party, nightlife, Hugh Nightclub over there on 22nd and Cermak, Chinatown, Chicago. Great times, great vibes. Sometimes they have a live band, sometimes they don't. Good DJs. Drinks okay. I heard they kind of expensive, but I don't drink either, so what do I know? And that's what the Chicago Clubhouse podcast is brought to you by Hugh Nightclub and Moore's Beer.
Speaking of Moore's Beer, the huge event is tomorrow. They in conjunction with another brewery are opening up a sports bar on Diversey just east of California. And it's from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m. If you have the chance, you need to come on out. Even if you can't come because you got to go to work, come after work. It's going on all day.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What you thinking, bro?
I got the stomach flu, so cancel me out.
Yeah, cancel you.
Y'all want me coming there smelling like Enfamil?
Vicks.
Hey, man, take a shower. Take a shower.
I'll mess around and be giving him a hug on my way out.
Oh,
people in the chat, if you can come out, make it out. If I'm there, I'll even buy you a drink. Don't get crazy though. I ain't gonna buy you a bunch of drinks.
Well, your ass over here sound like T-Pain.
I'll buy you a drink.
You know, we normally don't do this, but I gotta ask because there's a lot of fans in the chat that do. Foul. Before we get back to local stuff, how was the Royal Rumble, bro?
Lovely.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Recommended, yes?
Yes, I do recommend. If you're not a fan of wrestling, I get it. But it is one of those type of events that you need to experience at least one time. It was lit, especially with my man Jey Uso. Yeet. You know what I'm saying, Us? Yeet.
Another one of the Rock's man, that guy. All those relations that they have in that wrestling.
Yeah. So actually, so the crazy part about it is, like I was telling JB earlier, my uncle, he actually does some photography for the WWE. And I actually, they went to, they had like a little wrestling convention where a lot of the old school guys was there. Mm-hmm. So I met Jerry Lawler, took pictures with the Hardy Boys, Ricky the Steamboat, Ricky the Dragon. Yeah. Rikishi was there. That's their daddy. Me and Mark Henry, we chopped it up. Jerry the King Lawler, Lex Luger, Billy Gunn was there. So it was a good time. It was a real good time. You got the chance to meet a lot of them guys. So
can you get us like CM Punk? And he try to get us like CM Punk or Seth Rollins to come on here with us?
Man, if I can ever run into him, I would love to get him on.
Because I know those two are diehard Chicago sports fans right there.
Yeah, I would love
especially Seth Rollins. He's a Bears fan.
He's at every single Bear game. Every single one.
Well, he loves the Bears, T-Nick. He loves the Bears.
If I could ever get on the field, I'll holler at him.
He's usually dancing in the end zones.
Hey, we get the Bears DJ on the show.
It looks like you're Q-tipping in the middle of the show right now. Like keep looking at you.
No, I was just playing with my earlobe, man.
Do the Q-tip. Do the Q-tip. Now throw it away.
Oh, that's what's up, Keith. Okay.
Let's go ahead and into these shout outs, shall we? My
shout outs already?
Yeah.
No, it gives you time now to break down everyone in the comments. So we don't have to worry about time on your show.
I ain't used to doing no hour and 23-minute show.
Well, JB, now you just like Frank said, you got all the time in the world to mention everybody in the chat while we go to sleep. Frank, why don't you kick it off, man?
I'm gonna start it off by the first D shout out of the night to this dumb freaking broad on that heavy.com thing or whatever the hell that it's called, who started the trend that Kyler Gordon is getting traded for Myles Garrett. She put out a trend that says the Bears are offering Kyler Gordon and 3 first-round draft picks for Myles Garrett.
That's not true.
I know, but she wrote it. She posted it, and it blew up.
Oh, don't be too bad. Don't be too hard on her. Shit, I write for Heavy too.
That's what she said.
Well, yeah. So that shit ain't real shit anyway.
Yeah, I'm totally lost right now.
But other than that,
Heavy.com.
Shout outs.
That's what it is.
Always give you guys a shout out for my normal Tuesdays, man. It's even with me being sick, I don't care, dude. I'm always gonna come on here and talk sports. Always love seeing Case on here as well, man. Weren't able to talk about this last week because Terrence didn't make it on. It was a pleasure to have the little brunch thing that we had too, and I was able to see all you guys there as well. So,
oh yeah, I forgot to mention
that was a lot of fun. So, other than that, I got nothing else.
Okay, Commish.
What's good, guys? How you guys doing?
Thanks for being late.
You're welcome. I wanted to give a quick little shout out to my cousin who started a koozie business, whatnot. So she was able to get these koozies made for us. Here's a closer look right there. You can customize the logo. You can put a name as T-Nick is showing in the back there. So shout out to her. This is her company there. So if you guys and want to order any koozies for any occasion,
Facebook. Damn, that's your cousin, man?
Yes, that is my cousin from Chicago.
I am married. I am not going there. But that girl has got one beautiful smile, man. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl.
Well,
I was just kidding.
Yeah, no. Well, thank you. But yeah, she's now in Arizona. Like I said, she koozie place. If you guys need to order any koozies for like a wedding, a bachelor party, any type of occasion, show her some love. Go ahead and check out her site. 15% off your order as well. So, like I said, any kind of design, you send her the style, the design you want on that koozie, and she'll get it put on there. Like you said, like I showed you right here, it looks pretty damn well.
And that blue one is hard. I like that blue one.
Yeah, well, that was for Sherry since she's a Lions fan. You know,
So
I didn't
now
want
we
to
don't
get
like
it, but I got that.
No, now I piss on that. Piss on it.
Boom! No.
Like I said, I just want to give a quick shout out to my cousin, and like I said, show her some love from the Clubhouse and whatnot.
And thank you to what is her name?
Her name is Sam.
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 I
Cantor.
love these.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Absolutely.
What do you say, Sam or Sam's?
SAM. Sam. Yes.
Okay, I
Samantha.
thought you said Sam's. Like from
Sam's. No,
Sam's.
Sam.
You smoke crack, don't you?
I want to talk to Samson.
Oh, I'm getting out of here.
Thanks, Sam. These are dope.
Yes,
These
appreciate it,
these are
Sam.
really
Thank you very
dope.
much, B.
Love that, Sam. That's cool.
Appreciate
Like,
it.
for real. Yes, that's cool.
All right, so
What,
who was
Frank?
it on?
I thought it was on Frankie.
I already went.
Foul.
It's on me?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to thank the chat. The chat was lit tonight. Thank you very much. We appreciate you guys coming on and supporting us. Love looking at your comments, reading your comments, responding to some of your comments. Unfortunately, we can't get to everybody's, but we do pay attention and love to chit chat with you guys. Shout out to our special guest tonight, Casey Urlacher. Guy that we only had on a couple times, real down to earth. Can't wait to kick it with you. Also want to give a shout out to you brothers, T-Nick, JB, Frank the Tank, the Crooked Commish, the super producer in the back. Also want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Hugh Nightclub, Fantasy Jocks.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the fantasy job so much.
Oh, that's all
There you
good.
go.
Fantasy Jocks. You know, anytime you got your fantasy championship belts you need or rings and anything of that nature, please hit up fantasyjocks.com.
Still waiting for my belt, by the way, Commish.
Uh-oh.
My
Here
belt
we
still
go.
hasn't arrived.
Here we go. Want to give a shout out to Visions.
But you got to have vision.
You got to have it in life. You definitely have to have vision. Oh, also shout out to In the Zone Sports Gear. Frank loves it when he wears his little tidy whities.
Wait, they make tidy whities?
Yeah. Well, shit.
I want that podcast logo right on my ass, man.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Also want to give a shout out to the kiddies. Shout out to my mini me who's been coming on here. It seems like every Tuesday because I'm the only person that can keep him from stop crying. His mama just said the lies I tell. I ain't telling no lies.
I mean, I haven't seen him cry once.
We never see him cry when he's with you ever.
Maybe he just loves being on the show too. She doesn't need to know what we are talking about.
Yeah, I don't want no damn shoe thrown at me right here live. Shout out to him. Shout out to her for, you know, saying I always have my back. Soon to be white. What can I say? And outside of that, shout out to the Chicago Bears, all the Chicago sports teams. Shout out to you guys as well.
We all suck.
Even though y'all fuck
We
suck.
all suck.
Your ownership fucking sucks. Shit, majority of the damn front office suck. Fuck, I need to drink another swig of water for this shit. Go ahead, you go on, JB.
Another swig of water.
So, of course, I want to shout out you brothers. I can't really express how important Tuesdays are, and just being able to do this with people that I respect, people I love, people I call my family, like Nick. You know, I rock with you for long. Val, I've damn near known you half my life. Frank, you came right into the brotherhood. Like, it don't get more solid than this. Like, they talk about forming Voltron.
Oh, you got a late arrival to show up in the chat for you.
Oh, wait, I got one? Because look, I ain't there yet.
Silky,
my man.
He's already down in the season. Not good, Silk. We got to get you on. You gotta tell us why, man.
But you gotta honor what Silk says, because I can count on no hands how many times he was wrong. None. So, I just want to let y'all know, like, you know, with 2025 coming in and it being a little trying for some people, I know we've had some losses in this early part of 2025, but just anybody that's out there going through something, if we can provide you with just a slight moment of reprieve, shout out to y'all, because it is important. It is important. And if we can provide any type of solace or anything, we are happy to do so. So with that being said, first and foremost, day one, A1, 802. Shout out to my brother from another, Bullets. First came in at 802, like he wasn't waiting.
Bullets.
But pew, 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 pew. Shout out P1, one of my brothers. Zach came up talking about, so he had a fit of Makers going up. Love that, Zach. Makers is delicious. Aunt Stewart, one of our Chicago Clubhouse podcast members. Chime in with that. Sidious R. Dixon, what up, JB at 809? Hey, brother, how you feel? I want to go ahead and say, we scroll. Hey, Zach. Frank, is that one of your guys?
Zach, it is
Zach?
not. It is not. At least not that I'm familiar with, but happy to have
Okay,
him.
I just want to give I just want to make sure I continue to shout out to Zach.
For a
been
couple
on
weeks
the last couple weeks.
Yep.
Yeah. Zach been and with good content, good back and forth, great take. Like, I would love to get Zach when we do another fan appreciation. Zach, if you're still listening, I'd love to get you on, brother. Obviously, our super producer, Crooked Commish, one of the bros, Jeanette Johnson, one of our P1s. Thank you very much. One of my guys, Keith Sperry. Thank you, Keith, for chiming in. Welcome back. Haven't heard from you on the show in a minute, but always we talk in the background. Love when I chop it up with Keith.
Fucking easy.
David.
Damn it, easy.
That easy. Oh, Lord. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
David came in. Now, this is one thing I will point out, because there were some key comments made. David at 833 said, Amon-Ra St. Brown is the most overrated wide receiver in the league. Rome will shine. David, I don't know where you're getting that from, because all I've seen is Amon-Ra produce. Rome is a rookie. I'll leave it.
I think he drafted him in fantasy football, and that's probably why.
Again, I'll leave it.
He had a rough year.
Legit Packer fan, don't know who you are, but you know what this dude, man. You know how we about to get down.
Hey, thank you for the view. Jesus, man.
Appreciate the view, but we about to get into a legit Packer fan, because guess what? Y'all got some stuff y'all got to handle too. It ain't just us. Speak to the Mic podcast show. Thank you. I'm not sure who's behind Speak to the Mic, but if you would like to come on, just, take a couple of minutes, maybe we can do a segment to where you can come on and share your podcast and let us know how our people can also collaborate with your people and reach out. Speak to the Mic. We appreciate that. Always good to collab and do some type of fellowship and work together. Lorenzo Clemens, our resident Big Ten referee, New Orleans bred. That's family. We appreciate you. And then we had a lot of back and forth. Like, yeah, y'all was chirping tonight, boy. Y'all was chirping. Y'all wanted to know what KC had to say. He had a lot to say. Plank. Thank you, Plank. Plank showed up. 9-on-1. I got Plank on the mic. Let me see who else. Who Bears Down. Don't know who Bears Down is. Bears Down always chimed in. Bears Down and 9-on-4 wanted to let you all know. Hey, Casey, please tell this panel that Komet is the truth. He doesn't get used to be effective. Frank, that goes to you. But,
and I say that all the time too. So shout out because I agree with that.
And then Easy does it. Boy, you should have known by now. Easy came in.
Shout out to Frank for being a very sexy man. Type of shit at that.
West side.
I mean, I think that might be the nicest thing that guy has ever said to me, and he didn't even.
Easy.
Gay. That's what it is.
It wasn't
timing
easy.
Again,
but it wasn't perfect. And yes, Lorenzo, you did say Billy Donovan was a buster a couple of years ago.
I never liked that hire in the first place. So.
Easy thinks that because you're in your in the zone pants.
I mean, or my tidy whities if we get those, man.
Leah.
Yeah, I don't want to hear no more about your.
I'm gonna call them up.
Shout out to Leah and Logan, and of course, shout out to Silky. And Silky's commenting, "Not that you want to drink up. It's going to be a long season of depression. I'm not that far off."
I don't believe that shit.
Not Jay Grizz. Thank you for chiming in on P1. And the reason why I say that is because when you have a man like Silky that's been through the greatest of the greats and the lowest of the lows, you kind of know what he's talking about, and we not there yet. Hopefully we will get there, but it's presently constructed this day today, on the Lord's Day, on February 4th, 2025. We ain't there yet. So Silky is not wrong. And then last but not least, shout out to you, my family at UCW Woodlawn. We had a game tonight against Schurz. Lost by a last-second shot, but our guy got the ball off. We scored. The referee said, I didn't see it leave a hand. Literally lost by that. But shout out to the squad. Shout out to SB. And last but not least, shout out to the podcast mom, most affectionately known as Miss Sandra Brown Holmes. And she's also my mom, y'all. If we only got one person listening, I do mean one. It's her. But next time grown folks talking.
That's got it.
You got it? I will. Look, that was my lob.
You started it. You started
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
Now we know that's coming for next time. Always got to give our
shout
shout
out to JB for being pregnant. What?
Easy's just on something, man.
Is he high?
Like he must be, and if he's high, it's on something bad.
What does Stephen A say?
California,
off the weed.
They got that weed. Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Don't do drugs. If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Get some help.
Get some help.
Stop.
He needs it.
Stop it.
2% milk.
He didn't even say that to his son because his son just. I'm gonna leave it alone.
We'll leave it at that because Bron Giants.
I would love to have him on with that.
Milk is on Easy's koozie. That's his nickname.
2% milk is what you put on his. That's nice.
Yeah.
Could have just been Easy. He does it. That could have been nice.
Hey, Jay Grills, I just said I was gonna let it slide.
I wish you would have made it all white too.
Jay Grills understand what I'm talking about. Hey, Marcus Jordan, do better, brother. Do better.
It's on you, Terrence.
Okay.
Come on, Snake Eyes.
I'm going to keep mine short. Shout out to you guys. Of course, like I always say, it wouldn't even be no podcast without y'all because ain't nobody gonna listen to me for 2 hours. I'm not even gonna listen to myself for 2 hours.
Love for yourself.
So appreciate y'all. Yeah, I love myself, but I don't want to hear myself for 2 hours, man. I don't want to do that. Shout out to Casey Urlacher for taking the time out to be on the show, and he sat on here for a minute and talked to us, man. I really appreciate that. He never big mans us, never big mans me anytime I contact him, so and then he sent Frank that stuff, man. He's just a great guy.
Hey, he real deal. He real deal Holyfield. He 100.
He's a great guy.
I actually bid on it and I spent money on it. He's mad at me now for doing that. He's like, I would have just gave you one, dude. I was like, it's charity, man. Come on.
So I can't wait to kick it with him when he comes. I hope he comes to that the podcast that we have with Izzy. And actually, any of you all can come. I'll let you all know the date. Any of you all can come to the Staley. We're gonna have a podcast with Israel Adonijah.
It's tough, Grizz. That's tough.
Any of you all can come. I will let you know when we lock in the date. And shit, I mean, the event tomorrow at Moore's. If you can make it. Come find me. I'll buy you a drink. Chris,
does that include us?
Huh?
Does that include us?
No, absolutely not. But you ain't coming anyway because you got to work. You got to work. You
said 11 to 11.
Yeah,
but you said all night.
I'll be gone if I even go.
Tell the bartender you bought JB a drink. Just tell him you got him a drink.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm not gonna.
Hey, I'll be there at 7. No.
Okay, so thanks, haters out there. Thanks. We are officially trolls, guys.
Trolls?
Yes, we've been called trolls.
What?
Yeah.
We all know from who.
There's a certain network out there that calls us trolls. I don't know if they're calling you a troll, JB.
They just said us.
I don't know if they're calling you a troll, Chris.
Am I familiar with this said network?
Yes. I don't know if they're calling you a troll, Frank. But I know they're calling me a troll.
All I know is they also say we steal their content.
We don't steal shit.
Anything, they stole us.
They did.
The only time I'm on there is to see what kind of bullshit they're talking now.
They are from Chicago, J. Chris.
Are they saying
from Chicago?
They are.
Hey, are they? Maybe I'm thinking the wrong network.
You know what network?
No, he said, "Are they from Chicago?"
Well,
they're not. They're not from Chicago. They're not.
Okay, I'm thinking of something different then.
Chicago.
Well, they live here. Okay, my fault.
But we don't steal anything from them. That we take nothing. And the only reason we would be on there is to hear what kind of bullshit you're talking about now, and if you want to start smoke, we'll gladly finish it.
We'll gladly.
And I will say this, and I'm going to give him a shout out in the chats too, because you brought up his name, JB. Bears Down followed that certain network. That's how he found out about us. Because they were trolling us all the time. So now he watches us. So I thank you now, trolls. You're giving us some of your people because you guys are just acting stupid.
Mm-hmm.
We don't troll
Frank,
anybody.
check this out. The only thing good that comes out of Connecticut is ESPN.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Mic drop.
Well, you know me, I don't really give a fuck anyway, so I got 2 words for you. Fuck it.
I wish they brought that back in real life.
Suck it.
Yeah.
And with that, for Frank the Tank, for JB the Stat Man, for Foul Mouth C, I'm T Nick, the motherfucking quarterback and point guard of this shit. And we out.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Happy Black History Month. This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
Good night, Cucamonga.
Foul Mouth gonna have some greens. For Black History.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.
Good night, Wakanda.